Hello, it is Noel, bringing you all the latest news and all the latest things I'm talking about. Yeah, I just wanted to start it differently, so yeah. Each time I make a video, I think I'm going to start the intro different. Maybe like, hang on. Now, this video, let me get started. This video is about my new show that I love, Resurrection. Amazing cast, the cast is awesome. And yeah, so I wanted to make this video about Resurrection. If you don't watch the show, then why? Like, what are you doing? Sunday nights should be Resurrection. Come on. Come on. Really? Not watching it? You're missing out. Well, I was at the gym today, and this show gives me a lot of theories. Like, literally, I don't know if I should be thinking so much into it because it's just a show, but I do. I, like, literally wrote a whole thing. Oh, but you can't really see it, I guess. Well, I wrote, like, a whole freaking page about Aunt Barbara. Now, I found out, this was before I found out that he tried to save her instead of kill her. Now, Aunt Barbara suffered from postpartum depression, which many people who suffer from that look for love or look for another man. And like the sheriff said, he really didn't pay attention to it. He really didn't, like, take it seriously. So she looked for someone else. Or maybe they had an affair before she got postpartum depression, and maybe Maggie is the kid. But let's just say that Maggie's not. Let's just say Maggie's the sheriff's kid. What bothers me is why she was on the ledge, why she was on that piece of wood in the river to begin with. Like, why was she standing there? Why was she by the water? And my theory is she was suffering from postpartum depression and she wanted to kill herself because many of them who suffer from it can become suicidal. So I think she went out on the ledge and was going to jump into the river, float down, and die. But then she decided not to. So as she was walking back, she must have slipped and fell in. And that's when she was screaming, "Help me, help me, help me." That's when Jacob came across Maggie in the carriage and the mom, the aunt, holding on for dear life. And he tries to help, but he slips in. And then Jacob sees the bald man grab her arm, but it looked like he let go on purpose. I don't know, that's just what I think. I guess maybe he did try and save her. So if that means, if he did actually try and save her and failed, then that means a whole different thing, because that means, one, Maggie went to see him and she asked him if he was her father. He said no. And then he went inside and he said to someone she knows. Now, at first I thought, well, it can't be Aunt Barbara. I'm making a video.
Okay, this is Chinese food, George, right?
You have it.
Thank you.
Welcome. General Chow's chicken.
Cool.
So then I thought, excuse me, sorry, that's my brother. And then I thought, well, because at first I thought he murdered her, like let her go. But now finding out that he tried to save her, what if Aunt Barbara came back from the dead too? And that's who he was talking to. Because in this episode, he got, like, a lot of food. And if you noticed, a lot of them are eating a lot of food. And she died in the river, and it seems like everyone who died in that river, or who was in that river, is coming back to life. So what if the person he was talking to was Aunt Barbara, the mother? What if she actually came back from the dead too? And what if he actually tried to save her? So my theory is that she went on the ledge, she was going to kill herself, but then decided not to. She slipped, she fell in, Jacob tried to help, but he fell in. Then the bald guy, I guess, tried to help, but he couldn't help her, he let go. And then he left, so he wouldn't be there at the scene, I guess. Which, wouldn't you try and help her as she's going down the street or something? I don't understand. So that was my theory. Then we have Caleb. Now, I knew he was into something shady, and I knew he killed that guy, but I couldn't figure out, and I knew it involved money because he's like, it's all gone, it's all gone. So, finding out that he robbed a bank, and that's what he was digging for, the money, like I said in the first video I made. I knew that was why. Now he's really like he's full on weird and crazy. Like the son Ray, okay, aliens, that's a little far fetched maybe, but he's onto something. So you have Caleb, who's full on weird and creepy, and like if you notice, his eyes sometimes like go blank, like just dark. He's completely gone. So you have him who robbed a bank. The guy spent all the money because Caleb died, so he killed the guy. Then you have Agent Bellamy, who's trying to figure this all out. Then you have the old lady and the rest of the people saying that Jacob and Lucille can't come into the church. Like, are you kidding me? Why can't they come into the church? Are they bothering you that much? You want to believe in God, you want to believe in something greater, and yet you will deny them church? You will deny them a chance to speak to God? What kind of person does that? Because it makes you uncomfortable? Well, this is a place of God, not a place of you. You don't get to make the rules. So that pissed me off, that whole group. Pastor Hale, he might not know what's going on, and he might be confused, but he's giving it a chance. He's believing that something greater is at work. And I know a lot of people that scares them, and that scared me too. People are just appearing from the dead. But are they doing anything to you to make you afraid of them? No. So then you have, I knew Pastor Hale had either a fiance, a wife, or a girlfriend. Turns out he has a wife. Now his ex-fiance, or ex-wife I guess she was, comes back from the dead, Rachel. So you have that whole drama. I love Pastor Hale. Like, he's my favorite, for sure. I love him so much. He is amazing. He's so kind-hearted. And you would think, since he was best friends with Jacob, that he'd be like, oh my God, I don't know. Yeah, stay with... He's accepting him. He's trying to let it in. So then you have him. His ex-fiance, ex-wife, ex-girlfriend comes back from the dead. So you're going to see her story. How did she die? Why did she die? Why is she back? Is there more to her story than Pastor Hale knows? Then you have the dad. He's a little hesitant to accepting the boy because he's never let go of his son. In the sense that when he died, he held on to that. He held on to, he was still in his heart. He was still here. But now his son's actually back in real form, and he can't wrap his head around it because he's never let go of his first son. He can't imagine this is his son when he hasn't even let go of his first son. So he's trying to accept him into his heart. He's trying to accept him into his family. He's trying to wrap his head around it, and it's hard, and he doesn't know what to believe. Whereas the mom, she's desperately wanted her son back. She's desperately missed him, and to have this person who looks exactly like him, who is exactly like him, she doesn't doubt it. She believes this is her son. She believes they have a second chance. So you have that, and you have Agent Bellamy trying to protect him, which I love Agent Bellamy too. Then you have the sheriff, who he doesn't know what to believe in. He doesn't want to acknowledge it. And now he found out that his wife is cheating, which I honestly believe his wife is back from the dead, and she's staying with the bald guy she had an affair with. So you have that. And you have all these different people, and all these different reactions, and all these different stories. And it's like, you just don't know what to believe. And, oh, I forgot what I was going to say something else. So then, yeah, so you have Jacob. And you have all these people dead, and there's more to their story. And it's just, no one was to believe, like the sheriff. He found all this stuff out about his wife, and he's just he doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't want to acknowledge it, but he believes it, but he doesn't want to acknowledge that this is happening. He's basically acknowledging his wife cheated, but everything else is just kind of like, no. He doesn't really pay attention. He doesn't want to believe it. And then you have, they all eat a lot. Like, why do they all eat a lot of food? That's what baffles me. Why are they eating so much? Why don't they sleep? Why does Jacob sometimes stand on a chair and look out the window? That, you have all these questions that need to be answered. And I love it because as I'm watching this show, a bunch of theories are going in my mind. And some of you might agree with it, some of you might not. But Resurrection is a mind-blowing show. Like, I got my whole family hooked. I love to see what happens next, and I love Pastor Hale, and I love Lucille, and I love the whole cast, except for Caleb. He's a little shady, he's creepy and freaking me out, and Ray is right not to trust him. So you have, like, this whole freaking town doesn't know what's going on. Some of them are believing it, some of them aren't. Half of them are like, I don't want a part of this. They need to stay in their own section, which I am against. So if you have not watched Resurrection, I recommend to watch it right now. It's only on its 3rd episode. It's so good. 3 people have returned from the dead. Watch it. I mean, amazing cast, phenomenal cast. I love them. I tweet them all the time on Twitter. So follow them, watch the show, and you will not regret it. Mind-blowing. Alright, hope you enjoyed this video about Resurrection. So yeah, I don't know what our fandom is called yet, but I'm going either with The Awakened or Resurrectioners. That should be our fandom name. The Awakened or Resurrectioners. So yeah, if you're watching this, vote. Which one do you think's better? Alright, peace.